Hey everybody, it's David and Richard, and we're back with this Friday's episode of our Ask the Broker show. On today's episode, we have two buyer objection handlers, some things we're seeing in today's marketplace, and some thoughts, some scripts around maybe calling your database, your sphere of influence. So let's get right into it. The first objection handler from a buyer objection is what, Richard?
Okay, number one. First one is, I'm just concerned we'll be competing with other buyers. I don't want to get into a multiple offer situation. That fits right now in this market. You as the agent, and you know the reality is going to be that you're competing with buyers, whether it's now or a few months from now. Here's my concern, if I can share it with you. In a few months, there's going to be even more buyers out there because there's a lot of people waiting and not trying to outmaneuver the market. The most aggressive, savvy buyers are looking 12 months a year. They're looking all the time to find the right property. And that's one good answer you can give.
All right, the second buyer objection we're hearing a lot of is there's just not enough homes to choose from. We're going to wait until there's more on the market. So what's something we could say to help put them at ease? The first thing you want to do, obviously, is repeat their concern back to them. So something like, you're absolutely right. There's a big inventory challenge in the market right now. And that's actually demonstrate why it's so important to be out there looking, because the best homes are selling quickly. So if we could identify the right home and get you in there the same day it hits the market and put you in the position to make an offer, is that something you would want? Is that right? So those were two objections we're seeing a lot of today. They don't want to compete and they don't want to, they want to stop because there's not enough homes on the market. And I think it's just a matter of trying to keep them engaged, keep them moving forward, keep the positivity of their big why, remind them why they're doing this. Yes, it's a competitive market, but you as an agent, you're skilled, you can move quickly, you can get them in to see homes fast if needed, and that's what it takes in today's marketplace.
Yeah, the ones that stick with it get homes. We're seeing them go, 4 or 5 offers deep, and then they're very happy with the one that they finally get. So advise them to stick with it, and you'll stick with them.
That's right. All right, so we get a lot of questions here in our office from agents about, calling the database, and some people are afraid of the phone, essentially. So we wanted to bring it up today. What are some things we can call our past clients? I'll call it the sphere of influence. Anybody in your database who you've had a conversation about real estate, what can we say to them in this marketplace to give you a reason to call? So I have a couple ideas here. And the first is, don't overcomplicate it. Basically, call to check in with them first and foremost. Hey, how you doing? What's new? What's exciting? But then to shift the conversation over to real estate, there's a couple questions that I'd ask. And the first one would be, hey, what's your interest rate? Have you taken advantage of the low rates today? Or have you had an opportunity to refinance? So bring up the financial mortgage situation. You'd be surprised how many people could be sitting on rates well above 4 to 5%. So, act as a consultant to really see if they've taken advantage of the interest rate. What else could you ask somebody past client with?
Well, past client, maybe in this case, if it's buyer, that was a seller, obviously, if they own a house. A buyer is take advantage of the low interest rates, same thing. Before they start going up, might be a good time right now to check into that. And when they go up, prices are still going up a little bit too. So it could be a good time right now, but let them know that it's a good time because of interest rates and because of prices, not just because it's good for you.
One more question for folks who are maybe homeowners, they own their home. Here in early 2022, we're seeing a lot of inflation. Prices are going up, the values of homes have gone up, cost of materials have gone up. Things are obviously just costing more. So one question to ask is for them to review their insurance policies. They might be underinsured. If their house is now worth $500,000, they bought it and they have an insurance policy years ago that's only at $200,000, they may be underinsured if something major was to happen with their house.
Yeah, we can give you half your money back.
That's right. So I would, in making these calls, come off as the approach of a consultant. Ask them how the rate is. Ask them how their insurance policy, if they've reviewed it in a while. These are things that they may need to take into consideration.
That reminds me, I need to check mine.
That's right, you better. All right, guys, well, there are some scripts, some things you can say to past clients on this week's episode of our Ask the Broker show. This show comes out each and every Friday, so make sure you tune in next week. We shall see you then.